Hi, my name is Natalie, and this is Natalie Lawyer Chick. I'll be discussing popular topics through a legal lens. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name is Natalie. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I hope you're doing very well. Hope it's going good over there in your world. Welcome. Today's video is going to be pretty quick, I think. It's a video suggestion from one of my viewers. Thank you very much. Let me see who recommended it. From Guess Who. Thank you very much, Guess Who. Thank you for the recommendation. This one is Sovsit in court. I started watching just a little bit of it just to understand what was going on because there's not much visual interest in this video. Instead, it's an audio recording made by a sovereign citizen of himself in court, I believe maybe for a traffic citation where he's challenging jurisdiction. They're not having it. And so he calls 911 because he believes that his rights are being violated.
Out on me, even though it's a brand new phone. I don't know why, but I'm going to record this 911 call.
Up to $1,000 in jail time and/or jail time.
So the judge just told him he has a fine of up to $1,000 and or jail time. So I'm really thinking this is a traffic case.
I'm calling the 911 call right now.
All he wants to know is like what his plea is, if he understands that, and he goes, I'm calling 911 right now.
It's not kind of interference, somebody calling 911 too. Yeah, I'm having my rights violated. Statute of ordinance. I'm reporting a statute, color of statute, violation of 1983. I'm reporting a violation of Title 42, Section 1983. These guys are chasing me around right now, so I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Okay,
So he's providing his own commentary to his 911 call, and even he realizes that the things he is saying makes absolutely no sense. For violation of Section 1983 of the United States Code, that is where you can sue someone that is a representative of the government, some type of government authority for the deprivation of your civil rights. You cannot call 911 for a civil violation. Not that that's what's happening here. There's no civil rights violation happening. They're literally just telling him, this is what your charges are. This is the maximum penalty. What do you want to do? And he's like, I'm calling 911. There literally is no legal force behind a 1983 claim. You can file a lawsuit in federal court. That's it. This is a complete abuse of 911, and he knows what he's saying is foolishness.
Courthouse right now. I'm in the courthouse right now. I just witnessed a videotaped violation of federal crime. Yes, I did. In the courthouse right now. I'm in Hayfork. I'm in Weirville. There are 3 of them here. They're denying me the right to challenge jurisdiction. No, I'm not. So they didn't know what to do. I told them they couldn't touch me during a 911 call. I'm being threatened right now with arrest because I'm challenging jurisdiction.
You are disrupting court. That's number 1. You can't disrupt court. Number 2, most courts don't allow you to record in there. And number 3, they certainly do not allow you to make phone calls while you're in court. You can't use your phone to make phone calls. If you want to do that, you have to step outside the courtroom, make whatever phone calls that you need. So the bailiffs have the right, through the authority of the judge, to enforce the rules of the court and maintain, you know, the court flow and keep the court from being disrupted. So I would not be surprised if they were attempting to apprehend him at this point and he's running all around the courtroom according to what he said.
Is any clear on that? Yes, I am. Timothy Cummings.
Timothy Cummings.
Yes, it is, ma'am. Oh, these guys are trying to kidnap me and do all that shit. They wouldn't let me challenge jurisdiction. Then they said, hey, you're going to have to plead guilty first, or plea first, and go get a motions hearing.
See, so it might be a criminal case then, if it has a motions hearing. See, that's how no one's telling you that you have to plead guilty. You just have to enter a plea, whether you're guilty or not guilty. And at this stage, you would be pleading not guilty before the case even starts, right? And this is, yes, it's not a threat that they're trying to set the case in the normal course. If you want to fight for your case, you plead not guilty, you go to a motions hearing, you argue that, you know, certain types of evidence should be suppressed, and then you move on from there, you know. But what he's doing right now, calling 911 on the court for the normal court process, everything he's describing is the normal court process, is a complete abuse of the 911 system. I hope that there was no actual emergency occurring there when he was doing that.
And all this other crap. The Supreme Court says I can challenge jurisdiction at any time, even upon final decision. And once challenged, the court can't proceed until
You can challenge jurisdiction at any time, and the judge made a determination that your jurisdictional argument was invalid, because it is, as long as it happened where that court has jurisdiction. So if it happened in that county, in that city, in that state, then the court has jurisdiction. Your sovereign citizen arguments about jurisdiction are always invalid. They do not work. Secondarily, your issue with jurisdiction, if you lose that motion, once you lose the trial, you can then file an appeal to the higher court on the issue of jurisdiction and ask the higher court to determine, the appellate court, whether or not that lower court judge was incorrect in saying that there was jurisdiction. You don't call 911. That's not what 911 is for. That is not an emergency. It's a very Karen moment. You're not getting your way, and so you call 911.
Right now for challenging jurisdiction before, in violation of Title 42, Section 1983.
They don't even know what to do at this point.
So you should get a lawyer.
No, I'm being threatened with arrest for challenging jurisdiction.
The next case will be agreement.
They're scared to touch me right now.
Challenging jurisdiction. The Supreme Court says I can do it any time, and they're not letting me do it here, sir. They're proceeding on me.
They're proceeding on me.
Second case filed November 15, 2010.
Pardon me?
The failure to
Timothy Cummins.
The defendant, I'm ordering the defendant remanded forthwith.
It's 739.
You remanded me into custody right now.
I just heard and he said it, the judge just said that he was remanding him into custody. Likely this is the contempt. I'm going to go back and try to hear again what the judge is saying, because it's layers to this recording. This guy is recording the 911 call while also providing his color commentary to his own self, recording himself calling 911. So the judge is like way in the background and hard to hear. So I'm just going to back that up a little bit and see if I can clear that up for you guys some. And just try to only listen to the judge.
They're proceeding on me.
Second case filed November 15, 2010.
Pardon me?
The failure to
Timothy Cummins.
They're scared to touch me right now.
So the judge is basically conducting like a bond review at this point, where he's like, you know, you're out, and at this point you're refusing to comply, and you're in contempt, and I'm going to lock you up.
That's for challenging jurisdiction.
the next case will be agreement.
They're scared to touch me right now.
Challenging jurisdiction. The Supreme Court says I can do it any time, and they're not letting me do it here, sir. They're proceeding on me.
They're proceeding on me.
Second case filed November 15, 2010.
Pardon me?
The failure to
Timothy Cummins.
the defendant, I'm ordering the defendant remanded forthwith.
It's 739.
You remanded me into
He remanded him into custody and set bail. I couldn't hear the bail amount.
custody right here. For challenging jurisdiction.
You're arresting me right now.
They're not arresting you for challenging jurisdiction. They're arresting you for disrupting the court proceeding and also using your phone in the middle of the courtroom and stopping the court proceedings from going forward. You're in contempt at this point.
It's Judge Woodward who's doing it.
Yep.
I need backup. I need a marshal. I'm making a citizen's arrest.
I'm making a citizen's arrest.
I'm in the courthouse. Sir, hang up the phone.
Sounds like a joker.
Hang up the phone. I want to call 911, sir. Yeah, for what? Let's get I'm having a federal crime here. This is a federal crime going on. They are. You're hold on. Judge, we're not making the decision.
There goes the handcuffs.
It may be better to read us.
And then they turned my phone off and erased the video.
Jurisdiction. What the hell? Don't you have an oath of office? What is your oath of office? You know what Article 6 is? That's penal law act. You know that? I wonder if maybe
Yeah, I hear the handcuffs.
maybe he's not cooperating with the law, and now that maybe just said it. Well, you know, try to exercise my constitutional rights while you're doing like that. Welcome. I'm a good guy.
I'm a good guy. A lot of guys say that before they proceed to commit criminal acts. You're not being a good guy in this particular moment.
I think it might be disqualified. I'm not sure he is. I think on the previous cases, on the... Yeah, let's come back in front of Judge Edwards. This is when they brought Judge Edwards, the other judge that wasn't there in. They brought him out from his house. Yeah, I think... He ended up being admonished also and fired. The little whiny guy that's the DA, he moved away mysteriously. So we don't even know what the hell they're doing either.
Either way, you got arrested today because I heard the handcuffs come out.
I was like, I need to make a citizen's arrest. I need backup. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I am.
You're not enjoying this. You didn't enjoy it in the moment anyway.
Sorry there's no video of it. I tried to film it. So, what happened was, I got detained in the courthouse for a little while. And I think sent to jail for a second, or I didn't even get booked. They let me go. But then the next time I came to court, I had new charges against me.
Yeah. Yeah, what a way to take whatever this charge was, and it was simply going to be a status court date where you just enter your plea, probably your arraignment, your initial appearance, and set the case in for a motions date, and you turn that into getting arrested and taken down to the jail. Even though you said you weren't booked, you were taken down to the jail, and now you have new charges. What a foolish, foolish way to spend your time.
So they let me go out that day, and I come back later, and they're like, because they said, they were like, you saw what happened. They plead guilty or it's going to be bad for you. We're not going to let you challenge jurisdiction, what the Supreme Court says.
You liar. No one told you to plead guilty or else it's going to be bad for you. They told you, and he tripped up on himself earlier. They said I had to plead guilty. enter a plea. They told you to enter a plea. That's what they told you to do. And your refusal to do that and then proceeding to call 911. I mean, he could have maintained that he wasn't going to enter a plea, and then that probably would have been the end of it. And the judge would have probably entered a not guilty plea for him and moved his case along. But he disrupted the court process. Sorry. He disrupted the court process, and that's really what the main issue is.
They're trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do because I just called the state 911 line on them in court.
The state 911, you just called 911 and went to the local dispatch, and it didn't matter that you called 911, other than the fact that you were abusing the 911 process, and I wonder if that was what your new charges were.
And you would think that something kind of more would have happened, but they didn't touch me, and they just were like, what do we do kind of thing. Like, matter of fact, let's get this other judge in here. Let's talk to him, this other judge. Call him up at his house and blah, blah, blah. Like, these guys didn't even know what they're doing, man. They don't know nothing about the court. I know more about the court than these guys did. Back then, 9 years ago. This is 9 years ago, guy.
I thought he said 2010. And you're still believing this stuff? And why are you just now posting it? Are you just now getting out of prison?
December 23rd, 2013. No, wait, 10. And then I ended up rescinding the plea agreement because it was all under duress and it's all shit. Then they're like, hey, you were convicted for this. Fairly and squarely, no, it's avoid judgment.
What are you? This guy is just talking pure foolishness. Okay, let me just break this down. He pled guilty. He would go on to plead guilty to the charges relating to this. And then he tried to rescind it after the fact and declare it null and void. And clearly it's not. You're just making up fantasy. The only way for a conviction to be overturned is for it to be overturned on appeal, or, you know, through the post-conviction process. So that could be you have exhausted all of your appeals and you file a motion saying that you had ineffective assistance of counsel, the sentence was illegal, you know, or you have a motion for a new trial. But if conviction is not going to just be vacated just because you declare it null and void, you have to go through the court system that you don't think that you don't think has jurisdiction. You have to go through them in order to get your conviction overturned. So no.
Violation of due process is a loss of jurisdiction. A void judgment is one that's procured by fraud. Now, you want to tell me that I didn't try and challenge jurisdiction right here?
Yeah, you challenged jurisdiction and the judge denied you. They said no. The judge said that your jurisdictional argument was invalid and that they were going to ask you for a plea, and you refused to give a plea, and then you called 911 and then you got arrested. This was not a win. And why is he just now posting this? It's not 9 years later. He's saying 2003. He went to prison because he's saying 2003. That's when he got out of jail. That's when he got out of the pokey. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you guys. That has to be it. He can't even remember exactly when this happened, because it happened in 2000. He gets locked up, he gets out, he does a plea, he probably goes to jail, and then when he gets out, now he's processing this, and now it's 2021, and he's talking about 9 years ago. It's not 9 years ago. If this happened in 2010, right? And I'm saying the wrong years, but if it happened in 2010, that makes it, what, 11 years ago? It's 2021, not 9 years ago. So how much time did you do in jail as a result of this incident? Tell the full story, sir.
It's very clear. I didn't even know I had this thing on audio like this. This is actually the first time I ever listened to this. So, anyway, this is pretty much it.
First of all, this person is obviously incorrect in everything that they believe about the legal system, and they face the consequences of that. He attempted to represent himself. I always tell you, do not do that. Do not represent yourself, especially not in a criminal case. Seek the services of counsel. It will always work out better for you if you do that. Secondly, the simplest things to follow are, what is your plea? Guilty or not guilty? There's no getting out of having to enter a plea. Even your refusal to do so gives the judge the authority to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Can't believe these sovereign citizens when they recite what happened, because they're going to try to put it in the best possible light for themselves. But why he would put this up here when it clearly shows him being arrested and not winning is completely beyond me. He should have just went the rest of his life without ever posting this. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Again, I'm sorry there were no visuals to go with it, but I thought that the audio was quite interesting. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.